Hello everyone. So welcome back to our channel. So here is our day two, Linux basics for DevOps. So in previous class we were discussing about how we can like what is the DevOps and all. So what are the tools we are going to discuss and in this 40 days. So what are the topics we would like to cover and all, right? So but in this video, so we are starting with the Linux basics. So we'll test all the commands and how the Linux is leading in the software industry, and we'll discuss all these things. And see, to learn DevOps or to learn anything in the software industry, so Linux is a basic thing. So you need to master the Linux commands. So master the commands every DevOps engineer uses. But in like even in the cybersecurity, if you want to go or if you want to learn anything into related software, you need to be familiar with the Linux. At least familiar with Linux will help you a lot. So let's get into the course. So in this 40 days, we'll cover everything. So please do like the video and share with your friends. We'll finish this video. So as like within 10 minutes or 15 minutes, but share with your friends and please do like and subscribe to the video. Why Linux runs DevOps? So every layer of the tool chain you saw on day one sits on top of Linux. We have seen Git, we have seen AWS, we have seen Kubernetes or Docker. So like we have seen many tools, right? So every tool it sits on Linux itself. So 96% of the top 1 million web servers runs on Linux, and 100% of the world's top supercomputers run Linux. Every Docker image shares the host Linux kernel. So nearly all cloud virtual machines default to Linux. So you see how important it is to learn Linux. Without Linux, you can't make progress in the software industry, and you can't make progress in the DevOps as well. So we'll like in the next slides, we'll see what are the commands we are going to use on the daily life, and we are also test those commands in the Linux itself. So meet the shell. The shell reads what you type, so runs it and shows you the result. So we use the prompt command. So what are the options we have and arguments? That prompt tells you who and where you are. So it tells you the path, and command the program to run. So L is the list, cd, grep, clear. So all the commands we are going to use to run the program, and the modify behavior. So how we are modify and all, and arguments, what the commands act on, example a file or a path. So these are the arguments. Okay, so then we are going to see the which Linux distro will you meet. So I use a Windows machine, but for that to run Linux it is a bit task for me, so I am using Ubuntu. So these are the package managers. We can use Ubuntu or CentOS, Debian, and Amazon Linux based on your preferences and all. So what is like why I use Ubuntu? Because it is commonly used across the developers, and it is very user friendly when compared to the others. So it is very commonly used package manager. So Ubuntu most common on dev machines and cloud virtual machines. So then CentOS package manager, enterprise servers, strict stability. So Debian lightweight base for containers and Amazon Linux. So AWS optimized default on EC2 machines. So these are all the package managers to use the Linux. Let's get into the commands. So navigating the file system, four commands cover 90% of how you move or run. So these are the commands. So we'll try each and every command, so how it works and all. So pwd, print your current directory path. So I have already opened the Ubuntu for you. So let's see pwd. So it is telling me the directory. Okay. Then cd directory, which means change directory. change into the directory. Okay, let's see what are the directories we have. So here we have the Docker 0 to hero. So and we have the AWS, right? So we'll go to the AWS. Okay. So we are in the AWS. So to get into back, we just need to use the cd space dot dot. Then ls minus la list contents all files long format. So we have already used ls, but we'll also try ls minus la. See, we have got all the files, right? So we use the clear or we are cleared complete, and we use the tree minus capital L and two show a visual directory tree two levels deep. Visual directory tree and two levels deep and two. Let's see, can't. So I think we need to optimize a bit for this to run this command. So sudo, we need to install the package manager for this. So I'm not going to try this one as of now because it will take some time. So you can try on your own. So just install that and you can run the command. Then creating and managing the files. So every toolkit for building and cleaning up a directory. So this is very, these are the like in your day-to-day life. So these commands you use. So make directory. So create nested directories in one shot. So for example, what will we do? We do like we create a directory called ABC. Okay, we have created this directory. Let's see whether it is there or not. Mm, so see here we have created, right? So what we want to, if what if we want to use the nest create the nested directories. So make a directory minus p a slash b slash c. So let's check. So we have created the a. Let's go to a and see. We have b, right? Then if we change, let's say we have listed it is showing b. Let's change the directory c. So it is not showing any directory called c. Yeah. Okay. Now we'll use the move command to move or like move or rename a file. mv old dot text new dot text. So there is no file called old dot. So I could not able to move this. Yeah. So it is saying that cannot state old text. No such file or directory. What we'll do, we'll create a file. Okay. We use the touch file.txt. We create the file dot touch old.txt. And now we'll use the command old.txt new.txt. Let's see whether it is there. See, if you look at it, in the A we have created previously it was we have created as old.txt. Now we have renamed it as new.txt using the mv command. And if you see it, we can also remove the directory. Rm remove minus rf then folder. So let's rm minus rf b. Okay, let's see whether see b is deleted. Previously it was there, it was showing here. Now it was removed. Okay, Then copy a file or a directory recursively. So we can copy the complete files. So then reading files without an editor. So the fastest way to inspect logs and configs from the terminal. So if you have any other commands also, you just mention the commands so other people, it helps other people to read and experiment the commands. Or if you have any inputs from different courses, you have already gone through different courses might be. So if you have any suggestions, just drop that in the comments so that I can read, I can also work on that, and people also can read and start practicing that. So if any suggestions are always welcome. So cat file.txt, dump the whole file to the screen. Let's see. Cat file.txt not there, then we'll go with the new.txt. And less file.txt. Scroll through a large file page by page. So we don't have anything on in this file, but we are just entering and seeing these commands whether they are able to do some progress or not. See, we don't have anything here. We just came back. So show the first 20 lines of the file. So if you want to use like head minus n 20, you can change the number anything. So it will based on that it will show the number of lines. So we since we don't have anything on the text file, so I'm not going to enter these comments. So then see all the comments which I'm giving here. So based on the like how much we are using on the day-to-day life. So editors Nano versus Vim. So you will open both on remote servers, know the basics of each. Nano beginner friendly, Vim power user's choice. So see, these are the different servers. So we need to install Nano. So control, I'll go with the Vim because Vim is already there and I can able to do that. Let's find out which is more friendly and which is we can easily do the editings and all. So save the file. So in if you are using Nano, then Control X to exit the folder. But here we'll to exit the folder, it needs to be we are using this one and search. We can able to search and cut line anything. So quit without saving. You can use Q. So let's see. Let's create. So if you are using Vim index.html, it will directly open the editor. Okay. Then you can uh, click on the I. Then you can just write in the H1 anything. Let's write my name here and we'll close. Okay, we are done with the program and then click on the escape. Then WQ. We came back. We have saved the file. So it is able to. So we are able to create the program. And we'll also check once again. So how it is saved well or not. HTML. So the program, you can able to see the program and we'll just quit. Okay. So that is the easiest way. You can also try Nano. It's a beginner friendly, but I use Vim mostly. So process management, every app you deploy is a process. Learn to see and control them. PS AUX snapshot of all running processes. So I'll just come back to the main folder and I'll enter PS AUX. So these are the programs which are running on my CPU. And live view of CPU and memory storage. So these are the very important commands. So how much space it is using and all. So we can able to check. So top slash htop. Use the top. Okay. And we'll use the htop. Got it? So it is a live we can check the like which are the things we are using. So force terminate a process by its ID. So I don't have anything to close, but you can enter the ID here, kill 9. So you can and you can also check the background jobs and all. So BG, FB, you can check everything. So app install Ubuntu for Ubuntu, we'll use a package managers. So same job, install, update, remove software, different commands per family. So CentOS will use YUM for DBN and Ubuntu we use apt. So to install anything, we'll first use the sudo app install. Then we'll install the application. App install Nginx, app update, app remove Nginx, app search Nginx. Let's see. Mm, app update. Okay, then we'll use sudo apt update. Okay, it is asking for the password. I'm not sure. Yeah, so it is working. So it is updating the complete package. Okay, you can install Nginx and you can uh, check how it is working and all. So we can. I don't want to make this video very lengthy, but it is very simple. So first use the sudo app install for sudo app update. Then you try to first update the package list using sudo space apt space update. So then you can easily install the packages, other packages as well. So see, piping and redirecting. Change small commands together instead of writing one big one. So instead of writing one big one, so chain the small commands. PS, AUX, and grep nginx WC -1 least processes. So here PX AUX will reach all the processes and will filter the. So we'll use a grep for filter. So we'll filter nginx and count matching lines. Which are the matching lines we have? So we'll count. Pipe symbol we are using send one commands output into and next. Okay. And we are using this arrow redirecting output to a file, overwriting it, and redirecting output to a file, appending to it, and feed a file's contents in as input. So why searching and filtering? So what are the commands we use? So there are two commands you will type more than any other on this course. So grep search inside the file contents for a pattern. Okay, so what we have, what we want, everything we can just use a grep and filter everything with the keyboard and the folder, everything. Find, search the file system for files by name, type, or size. So we'll find the file system files of, with the files names and all. So I'm not going to search that. Let's try because I don't. Let's list something. We go with the warning only, but we'll go with the like grep. mm, -I. I'll go in the what is the file name? Index.html. Index.html. Let's see. We'll go to the folder A. Okay. We'll see whether we are able to do it or not. -I. Raghavinder index.html. See, we're able to find this one. So this is how we can able to find what is there in the file. So instead of going and checking each and every line, so we can able to find that. And system and disk monitoring. So before you can fix a server, you need to see what it's doing. First, we need to check, right? So before doing anything, with the basic any of the work. So if you want to like, if you find anything, if you notice any error or something, so first we need to do, you need to check how the system is working. So what are the like how it is performing and all. Then only you can able to fix the issues. Let's see. So disk space free, so human readable. It will see like what are the like how, files we have and everything. So the space and how we are consuming. So it will let us know all the files and its sizes. So we'll use du minus sh and star size of each item in the current folder. Du minus sh. Let's see. So these are the folders and it is taking size of each item in the current folder. In the current folder, it is taking like 420K, etc. etc. It is giving all the details. And free minus H, RAM and swap usage at a glance. So memory and swap. So RAM total 7.6 and user 1.5, free 5.6. And swap 2.0 and user 0, and we have still more. Uptime, how long the systems be running. So up to 23 minutes, one user load average 0.09, so etc. We are getting all the details. So here is the sheet. If you want the sheet or if you want anything, just let me know. I'll share with you. So like give your email address or anything. So in the comments, or else you can just ask in the comment. I'll send to your email address. Okay. If you comment, then automatically I'll send to your email address. If you want all the Linux comments, just uh, comment below so that I can share to your email address directly. Okay, so that's what we have learned today. So all the important Linux comments and what is the importance of the Linux and DevOps and all the software industry. So we have learned this, and next we'll see tomorrow about the Linux file system and permissions. So understanding Linux files, users, and permissions. It is very important. The permissions you can't create or do run any commands in the Linux. So let's see how it works and all. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please do like, share, and subscribe with your friends. Don't like that helps me a lot to work. Thank you.